Hi guys, Brendan here. Welcome to my first video blog slash cube modification tutorial. Hope you enjoy. First of all, thanks to the Cubicle for sending me quite a few fiber files for testing over the last couple of years, and sorry for not actually making a video until now. I hope this sort of makes up for it since I've had a lot of requests to make a video like this. So a few quick words about the main fiber files on the market at the moment. I'm not going to go into too much depth since there's a lot of in-depth reviews out there already. In my opinion, it isn't really much different from everyone else's. So I have here a wei shuang and also a wu shuang, which I'll have to show you later because that's it there. And of course the yuxin. So far the yuxin is still my favorite. It's very fast, it's very smooth, it's very forgiving. What more can I say really? This is also modded, by the way. I'll explain the differences that makes in a minute. The wei shuang doesn't really feel much different from the box than a yuxin from the box. They look pretty much the same. They feel very similar. The wei shuang is slightly bigger, but not by much. If anything, it feels slightly sluggish compared to the yuxin, but that might go away after breaking it in. I haven't really used this cube much yet. I'll probably also mod this cube at some point and see how it turns out. If it's completely amazing, I'll probably make another video with some solves or something. So onto the wu shuang, which I'll just have to describe to you. I actually really like the feel of it. The corner cutting is pretty impressive. It's also very smooth and is actually slightly smaller than the yuxin and the wei shuang, which I also like. It doesn't turn as fast as the yuxin though, which and I'm no expert on cube design, but it could be because the surface area of the internal mechanism is quite large. A lot of the pieces have these sort of big wing things on them, which is bigger compared to most rival fiber fives on the market. But anyway, it doesn't really seem like much of a problem during solves. Maybe the raw turning speed is compensated by the smaller size of the puzzle. So anyway, this is the cube that I'll be using in my modding demonstration. This is the first time I've modded a wu shuang, so I kind of hope it works. But I've done this mod on many different types of fiber fives before, and it's done exactly the same way on all of them. And the improvements that it makes are pretty much the same on every cube as well. So on to the mod. So it's actually just the Florian mod, no big secret really. If you haven't heard of it, don't worry about it. It's already part of the design of the cubes, just not really enough in my opinion. So even though the cubes are already very good, modding them makes them even better, I think. I have a couple of theories as to why it helps, and it's mostly to do with the reverse corner cutting. This is a new yuxin, by the way, straight from the box. I hope you can see this properly. So it cuts until about here, and then it gets stuck. And the reason it gets stuck is because as you pass the end of the rounded edge of the wing pieces, the layer just gets pushed up instead of across and back into place. So now let's look at the modded one. As you can hopefully see, the ridges are much bigger, and that allows just for a few extra millimeters of leeway, which doesn't really sound like a lot, but in a speed solve it just makes the outer layers feel much more free, and you can just relax generally a little more, and you don't have to worry just as much about turning accuracy, although you really should be trying to turn quite accurately. By the way, with the extra roundedness, the internal contact surface is slightly reduced too, which increases the raw turning speed of the outer layers. And of course the cube is a little bit lighter as well, with all the plastic that you removed during the mod. Okay, so let's actually mod the cube now. For this, all I use is a Dremel and a Stanley knife. It's possible to do it with just a Stanley knife, but it'll take you absolutely forever, so I really recommend you use the Dremel as well. As for safety, I really recommend you wear safety goggles. I learned the hard way, don't ask. And I also use a mask, because I don't imagine it's good to breathe in too much plastic dust, and I modify quite a lot of 5x5s. So let's get started. So there's three different types of pieces that need modding. I'm going to start with the corners, and it's these three edges here. I pretty much use the Dremel to take off the bulk of the plastic, and then use the knife to shape and polish the piece. So I'm just going to do it. So I get it nice and flat like that. And then I round it off. Hope you can see that all right. Next is the wing pieces, and the edges you want to focus on are this one, and I also round this a little bit as well. So again, I first get it nice and flat, and then round it off. I think that's about it. I'll be taking my time a little more with the rest of the pieces. And lastly, the center corners. So I'll be rounding off this edge here, and also taking off a little bit of this bump. Something like that. Maybe a little more actually. So that's about it. That's how to mod your 5x5. I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of the cube now. I might post some solves with the finished product and final verdict at some point if enough people are interested, but just maybe. I hope you enjoyed and found this video helpful. Of course, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And if you do this mod yourself and are satisfied, please let me know so I can feel like I've made a positive difference to the world. So that's it. Thanks for watching.